It will take a little bit longer for me to heat up. Everywhere I go, I have a seat to put my feet up. I see ya, cool goods and the cheetahs. I might make you slow down when you speed up. It's not a rumor, I go my own way. Get the money, break it down with my own break. She tries to get me to a rubber when she's lonely. Got another one calling me from Cuba all day. Cry when it's time to fly back for work Monday. They complain that she doesn't make enough money. Telling me, I'm supposed to give you money, cause money don't make a man make it money. I'm good for about 20 minutes with sunny. When it goes down, I get energized, bunny. Used to give bullets till I hit the mid-20s. Now I'm like a bear, hibernate until I'm hungry. Cabin in the woods somewhere in the country. Those used to it know it's time to get cuddly. Listen to your music, lay up on the luxury. Get dolled up in the teddy, get comfy. Missionary, climb up, get above me. You always say you hate me, now look at you, you love me. Look at you, you want me, trying to take it from me. 26 degrees, getting D in the love seat. Missionary, military, got the key to every, still I don't need every, got that visionary. So all that tripping on me, missionary, military, got the key to every, still I don't need every, got that visionary. So all that tripping on me. How you get here, modeling and swimwear, cook on the commercial, sitting on a thin chair. Patience is virtue, done that, been there. When I hit the French layer, more with a Sinclair, licking on the booze until you whisper, swear. Sip a little booze, ooze dripping down my chin. Yeah, that's what you want me to do.
Alright, so check it out, right? I'm about to tell a couple of stories that's related to the sign Taurus, alright? So this goes according to my Taurus people. So once upon a time, and I'm going to describe it in from personal aspects and from business aspects as well. Two different examples. So one time, right, a while back, you could say a while back, right, I had this apartment, right, great apartment, boardwalk carpets, everything, oriental rugs, ottoman furniture, everything, right, spent the grip on it, right. So you know, I like the quality stuff and the furniture and all of this stuff. So this was a learning experience for me, right? Long story short, I ended up leaving this apartment, but not only that, I ended up leaving all of this furniture behind, all of it. The only thing that I took with me was my electronics and a duffel bag, and I was gone. I was out of there. I did not come back for any of the stuff. Long story, complexity involved of why. However, my point here is that sometimes things are so uncertain, or if you put yourself in positions that are uncertain, you don't know what the end factor can be. So for me, all of that money that was spent on all of this luxurious, glamorous stuff, in the end didn't really mean as much as what I ended up leaving with. You get what I'm saying? So during my stay there, or whatever the case may be, I realized and learned in the process that things were more relevant than my actual furniture was. And it's because I was in a short-term situation, but was playing like I was in the long-term one. Again, I was none the wiser. I was green at this point. So it was an experience for me, a learning experience, but a costly one. So in business, we call that a sunken cost, right? Now, to extend, well, not to extend on that, but to capitalize on or put emphasis on that type of ordeal even more, you know, I have another earth sign friend who questioned me when I got a newer apartment, right? And it was like, because I told him I was going to do some furniture shopping. I was just like lackadaisy when it came to do furniture shopping the next time around, right? So it was like, yeah, why don't you get, you know, X, Y, Z and such and such and such. It costs this much, this much. They're earth sign too, right? So they're talking this luxurious stuff and everything. And I've been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? Not to put them down, but I'm like, nah, I'm not really looking into that. They're like, why not? I'm like, because I don't know if I'm going to move later. If I do move, when I'm going to move. But not only that, I'm in a place where like it's an apartment, so I don't feel like, and I was in an apartment before, but I don't feel like the homey home feeling. You understand what I'm saying? It's like now that I'm more seasoned, when I think about furniture, you know, ottomans and stuff like that, oriental rugs, I'm thinking of really having a home. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere you got to travel far out to the burbs or something like that. Like that's when I would do something like that again, but not as a place where, you know, I'm staying within the urban lifestyle, whatever the case may be. And it's just like, really, you gonna go that extra for that? You know, I'm not saying that I don't mind it. Like I just adore beautiful stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I learned my lesson from doing that before. So I'm like, nah, I'll pass on that. You know what I'm saying? I'll think it over. So lo and behold, say about months down the line, something unexpected happened to the same exact earth sign, right? And they ended up moving, and they were selling their furniture, which was luxurious ottoman furniture and stuff like that. And I was just like, see, you know what I'm saying? I didn't throw it in their face like, told you so, you know what I'm saying? Or this is why I don't do that, you know what I'm saying? But I just observed that, and I was like, yeah, I understand. And possibly, I guess I should have told them, right? But you know sometimes how it is when people, you try to give them some advice, they be like, stop hating, you know what I'm saying? You just hate because I got ottoman. And it's just like, okay. And not for nothing, you know what I'm saying? Before I left that apartment that I'm talking about, I was moving furniture around. I like move around your stuff. You want to redecorate the place. So I'm moving my stuff around. I'm moving the ottoman. I had a leather ottoman chest, right? And the bottom of the legs of this chest was wooden. So as I'm moving it, I'm bringing it through one of the doorways, and the bottom leg chipped. I was so mad behind this. I'm talking about furious behind this, because I know, like, when you do try to sell these things, if you go to sell them later on in life, that one chip on that ottoman could devalue the product by so much. It's just ridiculous. It's just like, oh, and it's best that you tell a person, you know what I'm saying? Because a person buying antique furniture or just furniture, period, they're going to be looking for every small little detail. So it's just like, had me furious. All right, so fast forward into modern times, right? I guess you could call them. That was like the Flintstone era to me, in a way. But fast forward to today, I guess you can say, I'm spending some time with a Taurus woman, right? And I'm like, listen, I got this whole fashion idea in my mind. It's just planted in my mind for whatever reason. It's just like, oh, this is something I'm going to do. This is before I even started having dreams about fashion, I believe. So I'm like, okay, this is something I'm going to do, right? So I'm at her apartment, mind you, and I'm like, listen, go online. As a matter of fact, this is two examples I'm going to give you about a Taurus woman. First, I'm doing something with film, right? And I'm like, okay, go online, and I was having a conversation with them, and I was like, yeah, I'm looking for these what do you call those things? The handheld mobile sticks, selfie sticks. Remember when they first came out? Everybody's walking around the city like they bumping into stuff, almost getting hit by cars, and I'm just like, yo, what is this frenzy occurring out here with everybody like in their phone with these sticks? Couldn't find out their selfie sticks, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of a good asset. Like, that's something good to have, an operational asset, right? So I'm like, I need to look into that. So I'm like, go online and find me a selfie stick, you know what I'm saying? So she goes online, she finds some selfie sticks. She shows me like a selection out of like 6 of them, right? So I'm looking and I'm like, oh wow, this specific one had a stand on the bottom of it. So I'm like, I want that one right there. Not only that, it cost less than the rest of them. And I'm like, wow, the one with the stand costs less. What I'm explaining to you was just Taurus energy, period, right? So I'm like, I want that one. She orders it, boom, I get it. It's my favorite selfie stick. Now, mind you, I ended up leaving this selfie stick at her apartment. So later on, when in my travels, I needed selfie sticks like in a blink of an eye. So I didn't even go to travel all the way back to her apartment to get my selfie stick with the stand on it. I went to go order selfie sticks myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, I get this done, ship it in the same day, and I'm done, right? So I ordered the selfie sticks. I'm looking all over for selfie sticks with stands. I'm talking about all over the internet. Cannot be found. None can be found. I'm furious behind it. Searching for like more time than the average person should search for something online. Couldn't find it. Ended up settling, getting selfie sticks with no stands. Bought like 4 of them. These 4 selfie sticks are still sitting in my electronics drawer to this day. Have not used them. Do not ever use them. It's just terrible. It's a sunken cost when it comes to business, right? So this is a 101 in business. Had I took the time to go travel back over there and get that selfie stick with the stand, I'd have been in a better position to do what I wanted to do with money that I already paid, which was less than these new selfie sticks that I bought that had no stands. So the eagerness, it's the same thing that frustrates me about Taurus, like the eagerness, and when you feel like it's the time to do something, is the same thing that's actually the benefit of the sign Taurus. So similar situation, right? I'm fitting to do business again with this fashion thing, and I'm just like, okay, go online. I'm telling this Taurus girl, right? Go online, and this is what the point that I'm making is your Taurus people will find you the bargains. It doesn't always have to be the most luxurious item. They don't always have to have the most luxurious stuff. It can be quality stuff or things that do what it needs to do for less money. So it could be an economic decision is pretty much what I'm saying. You're dealing with the Taurus sign. So I'm like, go online. I want to do this fashion thing, but I want packaging for the products, right? So I'm like, go online and find me some packaging sites that I can get some stuff from. She's like, okay. She goes online. She's like, look what I found. So I click on it. Luxurious packaging, right? The stuff is off the chain. And they did work for like prestigious name brands at that. They got it on the whole thing on the advertisement and everything, right? So I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, I know this is going to cost me some money, right? And I'm not tripping over it's going to cost some money. I'm just like, okay, I understand. And what the emphasis that I'm putting on this part is that when it comes to Taurus energy, this is why it popped up in the internet. This is what you got to understand too. This is kind of weird, but when you understand these times, you'll be like, nah, it's not so weird anymore. Everything that's happening. So with the Taurus sign, rules over the second house, deals with personal attachments, quality, personal materialistic attitude and stuff like that, right? The experience, the textures of things, the colors of things, the way they look means a lot to a person. And even in business, like, right? People are coming to your store or coming to your website or whatever to purchase things of value. Whatever value it means to them is personally up to them, right? That's a Taurus characteristic. So when people want to buy something, it's an experience for them. And when it gets Taurian, it's more like the textures do matter, the colors do matter, gloss does matter, all of that, ribbons and tissue paper, a certain color, like all of that matters. If it takes 5 minutes to unwrap a package, that matters. Some Tauruses, Cancers, they will keep the box of the thing, of the item that they purchased. You understand what I'm saying? All of this plays in a huge role into business. So I go click on the site. I'm like, okay, I believe I put in for a quote. I can't even totally remember. Or this is what I thought. I believe that if I was to go online later on, I would find this site and I would just pick up and follow and pick up where I left off at, right? So boom, I didn't do that. I didn't bookmark the website, none of that. I leave the Taurus' apartment. Get to my place. Not the same day, but not too far out from this time either, right? I get to my apartment and I go online and I'm ready to, send in a quote, find out how much this stuff really costs, pick my stuff, design my stuff, whatever the case may be. So I'm searching online, can't find a site nowhere to be found. I'm searching more than the average person should be searching for this type of thing on the internet. It's 2018 probably this was, right? How is this happening? Could not find a site. Right? So this is what I do. And mind you, in my community, so you see the difference. I want to put some emphasis on the difference of when this Taurus woman goes online and searches for stuff with me from her device, and when I go online and I search for stuff from my device. Especially when I initially want to do something. Total difference in quality, total difference in pricing, total difference in everything, right? So I go online frustrated now that I can't find a site, right? But I'm eager to do something. And mind you, I kid you not, earth signs are actually, I guess you could say, putting me under pressure to produce these things because I talk about them with them. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be careful with the people you talk about. Not saying that I shouldn't have. I don't regret it. I'm just saying sometimes people could put the type of pressure on you that is just not timely. And if they were to do it, they would do it with more style and I wouldn't say, yes, maybe more style, but definitely more patience, right? But again, for the Taurus, it's just easy as 1, 2, 3 is going online for them to find the high quality stuff and the economical stuff. In contrast to me going online and search for it, it's just like, oh yeah, well, here you go. Here goes anything. You want that? Try it. I had sunken cost, because I'll buy it. Like I want to do something right now. Because my thing is, if I'm thinking about it for too long, I'm like, okay, I'm not ever going to do this, am I? I need to do something. I need to get the ball rolling. So I do it and I end up having a sunken cost, right? So check it out. I go online. Now, mind you, I had a few brochures in my mailbox. So you know how the marketing research companies, once they find out you got an address or a phone number or whatever, they're coming at you. They're calling, they're sending stuff to your crib, whatever the case may be. So I get these brochures in my mailbox and I'm ignoring them, right? I'm just like, because it just, the pamphlet just was cheesy looking to me. And I'm just like, what is wrong with these guys? Right? So, but they don't stop, unless you call them personally or send some information to them and say, yo, put me on a do not call list, please. It's like, they'll just keep doing it, right? So they're persistent. So you already know. So I go online and find this stuff. I can't find a site, right? So eventually I said, you know what? Those brochures got the same thing that I'm looking for. And I keep ignoring these brochures. So lo and behold, go in the mailbox. This is how persistent these guys are. Not too long after I'm going to look for the site, I go in the mailbox, there goes another brochure, another pamphlet, right? I grab it, I look through it. Sure enough, they got, bags and packaging, tissue paper, etc., right? So I order some stuff from there, right on the spot. Boom. Now the price is not that much. I'm like, oh, give me a whole bunch. I'm like, oh, okay. Do the logo design. And at this time, my logo design, I thought my logo design was hot. Not now, I got the hot logo design now. But anyway, time, patience, you put stuff into it, right? The quality that I use, the quality of the products that I use to design a logo myself instead of paying someone else to do it. Incredible stuff. Incredible design I have now. So I order this stuff, right? They send it to me. It gets here. It's not to my liking. Like, it's kind of cheesy. Like, to be real with you, it's kind of cheesy. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, it's already here. Let me do something with it since I already have it. Like, that's my attitude at that point. Like, I don't want to take a loss. So I go back to order more tags because my mind is set on, like, the clothing tags that hang from the garments. My mind is set on producing a lot of garments. Like, I was just producing manufacturing them myself too, just producing mad garments, right? So I'm like, okay, let me make sure I got enough clothes tags to put in inventory. So I go make another order of inventory for the logos, right? But I'm upgrading my design. I'm upgrading my logo design at this point. So I'm talking on the phone with them and everything. Make sure everything goes the way that it's supposed to go, right? They're like, okay, yes, sir, we got you. We're going to take care of everything. I'm like, okay, great. So boom, I'm ordering bags now as well. So this is what happens, right? They end up sending a box of bags, and I'm telling them before they send the box of bags, listen, put that order on hold because I'm upgrading my logo design. So don't send the bags until I upgrade the logo design. So they're like, okay. So upgraded the logo design. They ship me the bags, and then what happens when the bags get here is I'm not happy with the bags. Like, they just feel cheesy. They look cheesy. They look cheap. They're real. It's just cheap stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's not what I wanted. And you know how it is when you know you want something and then you pretty much settle. Like, I'm furious, but there's no one to be upset with but myself. There's no one to blame. There's no one to point fingers at. This is all my creation, right? Now, at the same time, you guys ship me tags, the clothes tags of the old logo design. So they messed up the order. So I'm like calling them back, furious about that. Listen, so, you messed up my order, this and the third, right? So they're like, okay, sir, pardon our apologies. We'll send you another shipment of tags free of charge with the new logo on it. I'm like, okay, great, fine. But I got a whole thing of tags that is irrelevant to me now. But I'm like, all right, I'll take that. All right. So they ship another box of tags, and it's another box of tags with the old logo design. I'm done with this company at this point. You can imagine that I have not purchased anything else from this company. I truly haven't. And I'm sitting on a box full of bags, of these cheesy looking bags of a decision that I made that has now become a sunken cost in business. All because I did not want to wait and show some patience when addressing this part of the process. Now, you may say, well, you did the right thing because how would you ever know? You know what I'm saying? You did the best with what you had at your disposal. You know what I mean? What are you going to keep doing depending on the Taurus woman and going over there and this is how, I always be making excuses anyway of how Taurus women be trying to keep me and stuff, right? So, it's a joke, It's a joke. So, but on the real, right? I looked at it and I said, man, that's a sunken cost. Should I have waited? Because here goes the bugged out part. Now I go online and I find a luxurious spot with the quality stuff that I wanted originally. It's not the same exact company, I would remember. However, it's very similar company, and they got these high quality products that stand, like if you put these products next to the products that I'm talking about that I bought that's still sitting here, that I gotta get rid of, a huge box that I gotta get rid of it too. But it's just, it's terrible to know that I have such a sunken cost. But when you put these products next to those products that I bought, you even yourself will be like, yo, that's the truth. All you gotta do is use some patience, utilize the Taurus characteristics in your life, the Taurus people in your life when they're trying to show you something. Now, for those people who, I'm understanding the channel a bit. When I'm going to look through stuff and I'm like, okay, some people have attitudes when I say certain stuff about certain signs. I already know I'm not going to please anybody and everybody. I'm not looking to either. However, I can improve on the products that I produce for y'all. So if this doesn't pertain to your personal Taurus friends, you may have some Taurus friends that got cheesy taste and you're like, no, Benjamin, you're wrong. Because my friend XYZ, yada, yada. Okay, that's a possibility. Go to your own natal chart and look at where Taurus is in your natal chart, and I guarantee you these things are going to apply to where Taurus is in your natal chart. Now, for those of you who don't have your natal chart, you can still participate as well. All you got to do is look at the chart today: Aries, Taurus, Gemini, etc., in the sundial, and find out where Taurus applies to your sundial chart, your sundial readings, your horoscope readings, and I bet you those Taurus characteristics apply to that.